Hello everyone, namaste, my name is Luke Elijah. Thank you for watching this video. I'm right here at the hip and trendy Williamsburg neighborhood in a beautiful park, and my wonderful and special guest with me is Joey Slomowitz, right? And Joey and I worked together on a fashion shoot several years ago in Singapore, and he hails from Sydney, Australia, but is here living in New York for the past couple of years, working as actor, model, blogger. What else do you do, Joey? You do so much things. Why don't you start by telling us a little bit more about yourself, your history, and how you got involved in all the creative aspects and artistic projects you're on to, and why you're living here in New York.
Okay, so I always wanted to live in New York, and like so many people, everyone has some goal, some reason why they wanted to come here. I pretty much just wanted the adventure. So I was traveling the world, living as a model, spent a lot of time in Asia, that's where I met you. I wanted to do modeling, I wanted to do acting, I wanted to play music. So now I've come here and I kind of do all of those things, in some shape or form. Modeling, I do constantly.
Even modeling. Speaking of modeling, you actually model for some of the most top photographers, for Bruce Weber, for example, for Abercrombie and Fitch, right?
Yeah. So yeah, I've worked with some interesting people here, definitely. A lot of what I've done is, I've got into a lot of e-com, like the way that fashion is going now, it's all online. So Amazon.com, worked a lot for them here. I've also got into some acting. I've had a couple of projects. I shot one short film towards the end of last year, and I've got another one coming up in August. And music, I'm just doing all the time. I'm practicing, I'm playing on the streets. When I first came to New York, I was actually busking in the Upper East Side.
How was that? That must be a fun experience.
That was pretty cool, yeah, because I wasn't getting any work as a model. I was figuring out how do I earn money here? Like if I can't get work, what do I do? So I took my guitar out and went to a station on the Upper East Side and started playing, and to my surprise, people started dropping cash for me. So
you're actually pretty good, so I'm not surprised. I actually seen one or two of your guitar videos back in Singapore when you were busking for fun as well.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So I would take this cash and go to Chinatown, where all the groceries are cheap, and I'd buy all my food there. So anyway, that's a cool little story of like one of my first times in New York.
When you first moved here?
Yeah. After that, things got a bit better, like in my second trip, and I stuck it out, and things finally started working. So I was able to start modeling and have that as a good kind of
reliable stream of income.
Yeah. And I've been able to do other things then. So acting, keep my music going, and finally blogging, which is something I've gotten into recently.
Yes, tell us more about this new blog that you started.
So it's a personal project that I've always wanted to do, but I had to have friends. I had to have like one friend literally convince me after 3 conversations that I should get this going after he was living with me, and he thought that and he felt influenced by my lifestyle. So this is the way that I eat, the way that I dress even. I got pretty into vintage workwear, menswear, and raw denim. So I was influencing him in these areas, and he convinced me to start a blog, and I did. So it's in its early stages right now. It's called manindenim.com.
Yes, I'll be placing these links below, so feel free to click on it and support Joey, like his blog, read his articles, right? There's lots to share with you. Right, tell us a bit more about, other than the blog, right? What are some of the upcoming projects and ongoing assignments you have in the foreseeable future?
So modeling is something that's ongoing. There are some projects that I could be getting towards the end of summer, but one of the bigger things is an acting project that I'll be shooting in August. It's going to be based around an Australian who is traveling the world, and he's in America, and he is on his way to New York to try and meet up with an ex-girlfriend or a girl that he
it sounds like you, your story.
Yeah, actually, well, I had a really good first project with this director, and she liked me, and she actually based this character around me.
Loosely around you.
Loosely. And on his way to New York, he meets a girl who is running away from her wedding in LA, and they cross paths. And and they spend a night together, but it's nothing romantic. They just have a connection, and then they part ways. So it's a fun little project that's coming up. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I wish you the best for that project. It sounds very interesting. Please keep us in the loop and tell us, where we can watch that, Well, another topic I'd like to discuss with you is actually veganism. When I first met you about 3 or 4 years ago when you were last in Singapore, you told me about this documentary which is narrated by Joaquin Phoenix called Earthlings, and you told me to watch it, and after watching it, it really changed my life. I really started to get onto more interest and get into being a vegetarian and vegan, subsequently a vegan myself, and just because of the wanting to have more compassion and empathy for all the feelings for animals, the suffering of the animals that was shown in the documentary. And could you tell us a little bit more about your own journey and your own experiences with veganism?
Alright, well, I think the first thing I want to say is that immediately when people hear the word veganism, there's like this immediate shock horror, like, wow, that sounds so alien to me. I can't imagine what you eat, how you do it, and of course, number one problem, how do you get your protein?
I always get asked that question too, yeah. Enlighten us, Joey, tell us.
Okay, well, firstly, I try to, when I have a conversation with someone about this, someone that has eaten meat all their life, like most of us, I did before I went that way.
Myself included.
Yeah, I try to bring it up by saying a plant-based lifestyle. Like all my diet is plant-based.
I like that. I prefer the term plant-based diet than the label vegan, because when someone hears the word vegan, they have a block.
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
Yeah, it happens a lot. So for me, it was just I started taking out red meat when I was 17, and I felt better. This was just for health reasons. And after that, I was gradually taking other things out, like milk and like other dairy, until I was just eating chicken and fish, and then just fish. And then I started looking into the implications of like the moral issue of factory farming and the whole process that an animal has to suffer through in manufacturing meat. And I watched a few really compelling documentaries. One of them was Earthlings, and after that I just went all the way. And at that point it wasn't difficult for me to go that way because I was that close anyway. So apart from just changing over from fish to eating more beans and rice and oats and finding out different sources where I could get all my nutrients, it really was not difficult at all.
Yeah, I mean, I also recommend a more gradual approach. I did the same. I started to drop red meat, and then I subsequently poultry, and then I was just pescatarian first, so still eating fish and seafood, and then I dropped that into becoming vegetarian, and from vegetarian I dropped the dairy and or any animal produce into become a vegan. And even now, I wouldn't say that if there's really no other options, I'll still eat a little bit of meat from time to time, but it's rare, just if only nothing else is available. And whether I'm eating any meat or plant, I still thank because it's still a living thing. I thank the living organism for its life, for providing me sustenance. And I really have you to thank for inspiring me to get on this path, because it's really done my body a lot of good. Like what you say, I have more energy, I have more vitality, and it really works more with my spiritual journey and growth. Alright, and obviously people say, oh, if I eat a plant-based diet, I cannot be fit and strong, and that's nonsense, because look at you, your six-pack abs, your fit body, you still built like a buffalo. So, right, so you are a good example, literally a role model, a poster boy, so to speak, for this vegan or plant-based diet movement.
Thank you.
Right, what advice do you have for our listeners and viewers? If they're starting out, what can they do to help them to say, oh, I miss the taste of meat, I'm craving meat. What do you suggest to them? How do they ease into it?
I think there are two big things that come up when people think about the idea of taking meat out of their diet. It just seems like this really scary thing that would be so difficult to do. And I think one of the barriers is, one, people love their meat, they love the taste, and the other side is the protein. So I think I just have to talk about the protein every single time because it's just the biggest misconception that you don't get it by eating plant-based. But it couldn't be further from the truth, actually. Most people get too much protein and too much animal protein especially is not a good thing. It usually leads to excess weight gain and building up more body fat. So I have a diet that consists of, I start my morning eating porridge, either buckwheat or oats, and I have lots of fruit and banana, cinnamon, lots of pretty much everything I can fit on my bowl, and I usually put hemp seeds on, which is something I've found in the last couple of years, which, if you're really concerned about protein, is so dense with it that you wouldn't need any other source. But it's got about 30% protein and all high essential oils and good fats. So that's the protein side. But on top of that, you get it everywhere, like eating leafy greens,
spinach, broccoli.
Yeah.
I think that hemp seed was a very good tip. I need to go check that out myself.
Yeah.
So thank you for that recommendation. Yeah. So most of us hear of chia seeds and they're not hemp seeds, so I need to dig that out. Does it taste good?
Yeah, I really love the taste. Yeah, it's incredible. I wish it were a little bit cheaper, but it's incredible. I literally get a massive bag of it.
Yeah, you should take a photo of it and put it in your blog and tell people where they can buy it.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, speaking of your blog, and how can the audience contact you? Where can they go to look at your modeling pictures? Which agency are you with, by the way? And where can you go to look at your pictures, your videos, or read your articles? Where contact you?
Okay, so you can see my pictures, my lifestyle, everything I get up to, all on my Instagram. And it's Joey Slomowitz, which it might be a bit tricky to spell, but I'm sure Luke will put it up on the page. Otherwise, I have a Facebook page just dedicated to me and my modeling profile, which is just Joey Slomowitz. And I have a Facebook page for Men in Denim as well, so you can search Men in Denim on Facebook. And then the actual website, www.manindenim.com.
Alright, thank you Joey again, and please guys support him, right? Read his blog entries, like his pages, subscribe to his Instagram, alright? He's much to offer and share with you. Very interesting, exciting life. So thank you again Joey for agreeing to come to my talk show
thank
and
you.
sharing with everything that you just mentioned, especially inspiring me to go on the vegan path. It's one of the best things that ever happened to me. Much more help and owe it to you. And I wish you much success and luck in your career, especially in your stay here in New York.
Oh, that's so cool to hear.
Alright, awesome. So hope to see you again in one of my future videos.
Yes.
Right. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please feel free to subscribe to my channel for more interesting videos to come.